This is on the program this morning. It's going to be this morning by the time you see her. Actually, this morning now. And then a musical guest. I personally am extremely thrilled. Never met this gentleman before until he showed up for rehearsal. One of the legends. I'm a huge fan, John Fogerty. He's going to teach me how to sing like that, maybe, if I'm lucky. And then there he is, ladies and gentlemen, the man who wrote that last joke, Max Weinberg and the Max Weinberg 7. Thanks, guys. Andy, what's going on?
Nothing.
Yeah?
But you're going to talk to John Fogerty, right?
Yeah, he's going to play, and then he's going to come over here. We'll talk to him a little bit.
I would like you to clear up the controversy. When one chugles down to New Orleans, what exactly is chugling?
It's a chugling on down to New Orleans.
Chugling on down.
Yeah.
Because I've got a couple weeks off this summer, and I'd like to chugle on down to New Orleans, but
if you knew what the hell it meant.
Yeah, I got to find out.
We'll find out. It sounds good.
A diagram or something, you know.
We'll get him to draw it for you with an Etch-a-Sketch.
All right.
Yeah, well, you mentioned time off. You know, we actually have some time off coming up later in the summer.
We do, yeah.
I had some time off a couple of days ago, and so I decided to use it to try something a little different, something I'd always been interested in, but never tried before. Andy, all my life wanted, I'm interested in being a trucker, you know, and
like I don't know that.
Yeah. I think anyone that watches the show looks at me and says, that guy's a trucker.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a real thrill for me to welcome my next guest to the show. Here with a song from his new album, Blue Moon Swamp, is a true rock and roll legend, Mr. John Fogerty.
Ooh, let the blue boy
We'll talk to John Fogerty. You take it away.
Now when I was just a little boy, standing through my daddy's knees, my papa said, son, don't let the man get you, do what it's done to me. 'Cause it gets you love, get you right now, now. Well, I can remember the 4th of July, running through the backwoods way. I can still hear my old hound dog barking, chasing down a hoodoo there, chasing down a hoodoo there. Born on the bayou, born on the bayou, born on the bayou. Do it, do it, do it, do it. I wish I was back on the bayou, rolling with some Cajun queen. Wishing I was at that freight train, just trooping on down to New Orleans. Born on the bayou, born on the bayou, born on the bayou.
We'll talk for a second?
Sure, you bet.
That'd be great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys very much. All right, everybody, we're back. Mr. John Fogerty. You know, the Blue Moon Swamp album is fantastic. I was talking to you a little bit before the show, and the new songs sound terrific. What was significant about this latest go-round for you is you weren't singing the old stuff for almost 26 years, isn't that right?
That's true. That's
You
right.
just and you had some legal problems, and there were some reasons why you weren't singing it. And but then I guess it was it Bob? I heard it was Bob Dylan who actually told you got to start singing some of the old songs again.
Well, yeah, I had gone to a little club in Los Angeles to see Taj Mahal, and Bob Dylan showed up with his friend George Harrison. And one by one, we all got enticed up on the stage, you know, we're playing. And after a while, of course, you know, we're doing old country hits and old blues standards. And finally, somebody talked Bob Dylan into doing one of his songs. And then somebody talked George into doing one of his songs. And it's like everybody's going, well, you know. And I go, I'm not doing any of my old songs, you know, like that. And finally Bob looks at me kind of, he says, well, John, you know, if you don't start singing Proud Mary, everybody's going to think that's Tina Turner's song. so I did it.
You came right into it. A lot of your music, you have this obsession with swamps, right? And you're from Northern California, isn't that right?
Bay Area.
Is there something wrong with your basement? I mean, what got you so into...
As a matter of fact, that's true. When I was, you don't know this part, but when I grew up, my bedroom was in the basement, and it leaked everywhere. I actually had to go across the swamp to get to my bed.
So that's where it all came from.
I don't think that's the reason. No. The early music I loved, even rock and roll was pretty southern by nature and pretty swampy when it was born, at least. And you know, the things before that I loved, meaning country music and blues, were very southern. Guys were always talking about spells and voodoos and hoodoos and John the Conqueror and all this stuff. It just kind of went in and stuck.
And you also went for the sound of, you know, like Born on the Bayou, which you just played us. It's got this swampy sound. You just had that sound in your head and tried to recreate it?
Well, if you're talking about that particular sound, I'd say, to me, that's my version of Pop Staples, who's a very swampy guy.
And we'll leave it at that. Before we go, chugling on down to New Orleans, just what does that mean?
You know what? I don't have the foggiest.
Okay, well, you can't top that. The album, This Man Truly Does Get Better With Time. Blue Moon Swamp is a great album. Go out, buy it. I said so. John Fogerty, we can't thank you enough. You going to play for us?
Yeah.
Again? All right? We'll do that. We'll be right back. Tonight, I do want to thank all my guests. I want to thank Fran Lebowitz for coming here. Thank you so much, Fran. I want to thank Mr. Jim Fowler for being here. And once again, here to play us out, John Fogerty.
Lighten up the purple sky. Take care of my baby, riding on that southern streamline. station.